Hey guys, it's Billy White of Luxon MX here. It's the end of the day here in San Diego, and thought I'd give you a quick shop tour. Alright, so coming inside, we first entered the engineering office. So there's a few items laying around. These are either motocross items or they are engineering projects that we've worked on in the past. We're of course a engineering company first, and we also happen to make motocross products. So we have a variety of things, from medical device parts to nuclear fusion reactor analysis, all across the board. The kitchen area, that's nice, coffee, essentials, and two desks rather for the engineers. This one over here in the corner is my desk. You can see a little bit of what's going on here. I got the Gen 3 Yamaha triple clamps in the works on the SolidWorks software there, and a preview of the machine outside in the shop. A variety of other projects all going on. Some engineering projects that my other engineer is working with. And from here we'll go out into the shop. And I'm going to bounce around out here to kind of show you the order of production of things. So when we get material, they come in these big 12-foot chunks. So we bring those in with the forklift, then those go up on the rollers here to our horizontal bandsaw. We take that bandsaw and cut them into usable lengths. So for a triple clamp, you're looking at something like this. This piece then goes into the main CNC machine there. In one of our fixtures, there's a few fixtures laying on the table here. And these cut the clamps on two sides. So you're left with this sort of thing here, which is mostly finished. The ends with the slots and the bolt holes are not yet there, but that's what we got going on the machine right now. I got a couple of these machines paused so we can look inside without getting messy. Otherwise they're full of coolant and kind of crazy. So right now we've got our Honda 24mm offset triple clamp on the rotary, and this is one of the final setups. It is the final setup and one of the final operations on this plant. Camper on the inside of the split. That's obviously running without cooling currently, so we'll close the doors. And we can turn on the coolant, and you can see it's kind of a mess. That's why the doors are closed. We walk over here a bit. We've got our lathe. This is currently machining some bar mount spacers. They're a pretty basic part. It's a fancy washer, really. And it pulls the bar out automatically and just repeats until we're done with the bar. Over here we've got our other mill. This is currently running the linkage arm inserts for our adjustable linkage arms. So I've got a fixture in the back there that's got 4 sets for setup 1 and 4 sets for setup 2, and they come off as complete and look a bit like this. When we're done machining parts, they go over here into our tumbler. And these parts are finished tumbling, but these will bounce around in here. In these porcelain balls, and that takes the rough edges off and gives them a nice shine. So most of the parts over here are set up and ready for anodize. So you can see we have color samples to keep things consistent. So these are our Gen 3 N2 Dirt linkage arm knuckle for KTM Husky gas. We got some bar mounts, axle nuts, some triple clamps, bar mount spacers, and a few other miscellaneous parts here. Those parts go off to anodize. We have an outside vendor that does all that for us. And then they come back in, and they are, in this case, black. These are our Gen 3 bar mounts. And these then go on our laser engraver. So in this setup here, we're just putting on our logo. And once those are done, they come over here to our shelf ready for assembly. So there's a bunch of Yamaha triple clamps. These are all Yamaha Gen 2s. And you can see we have our logo laser etched into the outside of those. Most parts get a laser etching or some sort of engraving. This area in general is our stock area, either for finished stock ready to be sold or parts that are midway through assembly. We've got a lot of bolts and bearings and bar mount pieces. Here's those N2 Dirt knuckles that we sell here. They're anodized black, obviously, and then laser etched with the logos. Lots of bar mount tops. And a few other miscellaneous pieces here and there. A bunch of bar mounts and triple clamps. Over here we've got some more pieces that are midway through assembly, bearings being pressed into linkage arms, assembling the triple clamps. And over here we have our packaging area, various scales, boxes, bags, packaging material for when your order is getting boxed up and ready to go out the door. Just that pretty much completes the general manufacturing process, but to give you some more insight on what we do here, we got some manual machinery, manual lathe, and a manual mill. Nice for doing quick one-off stuff or simple modifications. There's our air compressor. Forklift, the big blue bin is for our chips. So when we machine parts, we generate a lot of chips. So that gets filled up with aluminum and that goes out for recycling. We got our latest project bike sitting here. This will be featured in motocross action pretty soon, so keep your eyes out for that. We got an old project bike that we're getting ready to sell. Coming back over here, we have another office. This is mostly being used for storage at the moment. Here's our KTM 150 project bike. Kind of stalled out a little bit on that, but hoping to get back on that real soon here. So lots of pieces just sitting here. In here we've got a little bit more storage. We've got our computers. There's one file server and 3 different solvers for our finite element and CFD simulations. Here we've got a electrical workbench, so some testing, parts, sensors, data acquisition, 3D printing, area. Nice for quick prototypes and fit checks. Photography area. So all the product shots you see on the website are generally taken right here. And some more miscellaneous parts laying around. There's some fancy MX Tech forks that are going on our 150 project bike. Alright, well that wraps up our quick shop tour. Hopefully that gives you guys a little bit more insight as to what we do and where it's all done.